What if the ancient art of alchemy wasn't just about turning lead into gold, but unlocking the secrets of your soul? Stick with me for the next 10 minutes as we dive into the mystical world of alchemy, its history, its hidden truths, and why it still fascinates us today. But before we get started, if you enjoy these videos, give this one a like or a share, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Ready to dive in? Alchemy is one of the cards in my Untarot deck, an oracle deck created for my imaginary mystery school in my mystery school novels. It's also one of humanity's oldest pursuits, blending science, philosophy, and magic. But where did it come from? Let's go back to ancient Egypt, around 300 BC, where alchemists mixed metallurgy with spiritual rituals. Intrigued yet? These early practitioners, inspired by mythic figures like Hermes Trismegistus, believed everything, metals, plants, even humans, could be perfected. By the Middle Ages, alchemy spread to Europe, fueled by Arabic scholars. Ever wonder why gold was so obsession-worthy? It wasn't just about wealth. Gold symbolized divine purity, the ultimate transformation. Alchemists toiled in their secret labs, their furnaces glowing, chasing the Philosopher's Stone. Yes, that Philosopher's Stone from Harry Potter. Sound mysterious? This legendary substance promised not just gold, but also immortality. But all of the mystery around alchemy, combined with that whole lead into gold business, spawned a lot of fraud. In the Middle Ages, slick-talking frauds preyed on greedy nobles, promising to turn lead into gold. These con artists, often posing as learned alchemists, used sleight-of-hand tricks like swapping metals or faking transmutations with hidden gold. Intriguing, right? They dazzle patrons with cryptic jargon and fake recipes, only to vanish when the jig was up. Some even sold bogus elixirs, claiming they grant eternal youth. Why'd they thrive? Alchemy's secrecy made it easy to bluff, and desperate rulers fell for it. But here's the twist. These scams pushed real alchemists to refine their craft, laying the groundwork for modern science. Isaac Newton, for example, the genius of gravity, was also a secret alchemist. Newton, in the late 1600s, spent more time on alchemy than on physics, obsessively studying ancient texts. Why? He believed alchemy held the key to universal truths, linking matter and spirit. He chased the Philosopher's Stone too, experimenting with metals and cryptic recipes. Newton saw alchemy as a divine science, encoding God's creation. His lab notes, filled with mystical symbols, show a man blending rigorous math with esoteric quests. But here's the surprising part. His alchemical work likely sharpened his scientific breakthroughs, like understanding gravity. Newton wasn't just a scientist. He was an alchemist, bridging the old world and the new. But this is where it gets interesting. Alchemy wasn't only about the physical stuff. It was a spiritual quest. Chinese alchemists, for instance, sought elixirs for eternal life, tying alchemy to Taoism. Notice a pattern? Across cultures, alchemy was about transcendence, elevating the mundane to the divine. By the Renaissance, figures like Paracelsus pushed alchemy toward modern chemistry, yet its mystic heart never faded. At this point, you might be wondering why this matters. And it's because alchemy's legacy still shapes how we think about transformation today. Alchemy's history is wild, but its true power lies in its mystical side. Now hold tight, because we're diving into the perspective of one of my favorite metaphysical authors, Patrick Harpur, who views alchemy as a map for the soul. Curious? Let's explore how alchemy becomes a spiritual journey and not just a lab experiment. Patrick Harpur, in his book, The Philosopher's Secret Fire, argues alchemy is less about physical gold and more about inner transformation. He says alchemists were wrestling with the psyche, using symbols to navigate the unconscious, kind of like a cosmic self-help session. Harpur points to the alchemical processes such as the nigredo, albedo, and rubedo. These aren't just fancy terms. Nigredo, the blackening, is about facing your shadow, the dark stuff we all hide. Ever felt stuck in the muck? That's nigredo. Albedo, the whitening, is purification, finding clarity after the struggle. And rubedo, the reddening, that's the big payoff. Wholeness, like a soul reborn. Sound familiar? It's fiction's hero's journey in disguise. With alchemy, however, the process is more circular. You figure something out, you change, the world changes around you, and things get better. But you're not done. The change you've made is just the beginning. It's like a rock that's been lifted off you, but now more stuff from your shadow and subconscious come wriggling out for you to deal with. I think this process is best represented by a spiral pattern, a symbol we see over and over in many traditional cultures. But back to alchemy symbols, such as Mercury, sulfur, and the Ouroboros. They aren't random. They're archetypes, universal patterns in our minds. Why does that matter? Because alchemy is about aligning with these forces to transform your life. It's not about cooking metals, it's about cooking you. Harper also ties alchemy to imagination. He calls it the daimonic realm, a middle ground between the physical and the divine. Ever had a dream that felt too real? That's the daimonic at work. Alchemists, Harper says, were tapping into this to reshape reality. And this isn't just ancient mumbo jumbo, it's a way to see the world as alive, enchanted, full of meaning. The alchemists hid this spiritual quest in alchemical recipes or directions written in riddles and symbols. Harper believes alchemy's secrecy wasn't only to hide recipes, it was also to protect the uninitiated. Why? Because true alchemy changes you forever. It's not a hobby, it's a path to awakening. Alchemy is a timeless guide for anyone seeking purpose in a chaotic world. So there you have it, alchemy, from its ancient roots in Egypt to its mystical depths through Patrick Harper's eyes. It's not just history, it's a call to transform, to find the gold within you. Still curious? I've poured a lot of what I know about these mysteries into my Rika Hayworth books and my Mystery School series of mystery novels. The Mystery School is your guide to unlocking the secrets of alchemy, mythology, and the soul. Grab your copy of Legacy of the Witch today at the link in the comments. I wrote my Mystery School series as more than fun escapes, so they are that. These books can also spark your own transformation. If you enjoyed this dive into alchemy, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your take on the Philosopher's Stone? Is it real, or is it all in our minds? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we unravel another esoteric mystery together.